He didn't land with an army. He didn't bring tanks. One American walked into Nazi Germany with nothing but forged papers, nerves of steel, and a mission that could have ended the war early if he survived. World War II is often remembered through massive invasions and famous battles, but some of the most dangerous missions were carried out by men who operated completely alone. No backup, no uniforms, no rescue. Deep inside Nazi-controlled Europe, the United States launched secret intelligence missions so risky that even failure could not be acknowledged. Among these operations emerged one American whose mission blurred the line between espionage and suicide. An OSS operative sent into the heart of Germany when defeat was not yet certain. By 1943, Nazi Germany still controlled much of Europe. Their war machine relied on rail networks, industrial output, and absolute secrecy. Allied bombers could destroy factories, but they could not destroy information. The Office of Strategic Services, the OSS, America's first true intelligence agency, understood this gap. They needed eyes inside the Reich itself. Not spies hiding in embassies, not resistance fighters waiting for orders. They needed Americans who could disappear completely. The man chosen was not famous. He was selected because he was forgettable. Average face, fluent German, calm under pressure. He trained for months in sabotage, cryptography, and psychological resistance. Interrogation survival, how to lie convincingly, how to die silently if captured. His instructors did not promise success, and they promised odds. And the odds were brutal. He entered Germany using forged identity papers so perfect even Gestapo officers couldn't tell the difference. His accent matched the region. His backstory had been memorized to the smallest detail. Childhood street names, factory work schedules, even fake family tragedies. One slip of the tongue meant execution. Every train ride, every checkpoint, every conversation was a test of survival. Inside Germany, his mission was simple on paper and impossible in reality. Identify critical transportation routes, military depots, and morale conditions inside civilian populations. He wasn't there to blow things up. He was there to tell the Allies where to strike and when. He lived among the enemy, ate rationed food, listened to propaganda broadcasts, and attended mandatory Nazi gatherings, all while transmitting coded intelligence back to London. Radio transmission was the most dangerous part. German signal trackers could triangulate a transmission in minutes. He transmitted in short bursts, sometimes from attics, sometimes from forests, sometimes from abandoned buildings while air raids shook the ground around him. One wrong frequency, one extra second, and the Gestapo would be at the door. What made the mission extraordinary wasn't just danger, it was isolation. He could not trust anyone. Resistance cells were compromised constantly. Even civilians could turn him in for extra food rations. He learned to read fear in faces, to detect suspicion in silence. His survival depended on knowing when not to speak. At one point, his intelligence identified a rail bottleneck, critical to German reinforcements moving east. Allied bombers struck days later. German officers were baffled. They believed the route was secure. It wasn't. That single transmission delayed troop movements and saved thousands of Allied lives on another front, without a single shot fired by the man who made it possible. The Gestapo intensified counterintelligence efforts. Random document checks increased. Radio detection vans patrolled cities. Informants were rewarded. The noose tightened. He changed locations constantly, sleeping hours at a time, never twice in the same place. Paranoia became survival instinct. Eventually, suspicion reached his network. He was nearly exposed when a local official questioned inconsistencies in work assignments. Only quick thinking and flawless confidence saved him. He walked away knowing the mission was ending, not because it was complete, but because staying longer meant capture. Extraction was no less dangerous. He crossed borders using false labor transfer documents, blending in with refugees and wounded soldiers. Weeks later, he vanished from Europe as quietly as he had entered it. No headlines, no medals in public. Officially, the mission never existed. After the war, his reports were declassified in fragments. Analysts realized how much Allied bombing accuracy, invasion timing, and logistical disruption had relied on intelligence from men like him, not generals, not armies, individuals operating in silence. He never spoke publicly about the mission. Even his family knew little. That was the nature of OSS operations. Success meant anonymity. Failure meant denial. His reward was survival, and the knowledge that he helped shorten a war without firing a weapon. This was not heroism built on explosions or speeches. It was endurance, discipline, fear-controlled and mastered, the ability to walk among enemies without becoming one. World War II was won not only on beaches and in skies, but in whispers, coded messages, and footsteps that left no trace. And this American hero walked straight into hell and walked back out.